Take the wings in.
That looks amazing.
They're very spicy.
I don't want them. I don't like spicy.
I know.
I know you're just a little girl and I have to wipe your face the whole time.
I got this shit all.
I have to treat you like a baby, but you know.
I'm gonna need some beer. Give me that drink, hurry up. Why is this thing shutting off? What's going on? That's one crazy bug. Well, it's the truth. Oh, I don't care. It's funny. I know. Everybody's pissed because I didn't give you the money shot of the brisket squirting all over the squeen. Squeen? Oh, yeah, squeen. You know, it's a squeen, Jeffrey. It's a squeen. And one great thing about cooking the ham in the, Jesus, or green bean cast. So much easier just to reheat it in a pit. Well, because you don't want to meese?
Obviously, this is a great day. I mean, I'm practicing social distancing, but look at those guys. See, they're practicing social distancing too. Very good. That's a really good social distancer there. Howdy.
Hi.
See, so you can still go out right in the neighborhood and just walk around. You got yourself some wine. Chardonnay, that is, from Wine Till Sold Out. I mean, I can get used to this. I think you can too. Oh, wait, I'm exhausted. Better. You know, and if you don't want to hold the bottle, the great thing about my new invention is you can just let it go down and you just got the tube sticking out. It works, trust me. We're all gonna be doing this real soon, the way this is going. Don't be afraid right now. Just get yourself a nice hazmat suit. Enjoy the beautiful weather. I mean, look at it, it's gorgeous out today. People are working. Ugh. I gotta stop. Refill? So I'm sure a lot of you are thinking I'm taking this coronavirus way too serious. But god darn it, watch one of my old videos and I'll put it in a link above where somebody sneezed in my face. How terrible was that? Wow, his lawn looks incredible. I don't know if I'm talking too much in this mask and that's why it's fogging up, or if I'm running into a cloud of COVID-19. Either way, I'm protected. All right, I better get back to those chicken wings before they burn up. I think my timer's going off right now. If I don't win an Emmy Award for this content, it's rigged. I ain't kidding you.
You know when you're cooking at night, the weirdest things pop in your head. Stuff like, there's a skeeter on my, knock it off. There's a skeeter on my, knock it off. There's a one, there's a dozen. You can hear the buzzing. There's a skeeter on my Peter, knock it off. You can sing along if you want to.
We've all been there. Standing alone by our pits while it's raining, just praying we can light a match so we can have a fire. Our main goal in life is to be that husband, that dad, that hero that can provide our circle of life one incredible cook that will satisfy even the worst hunger for Q. So get ready. Ricer is here to bring you peace and end your struggles of failure. He is here to help you amplify your backyard barbecue fun. Oh, can somebody please tell me who wrote this crap? Welcome to Dead Broke BBQ's Tavern Talk. Now here's your hosts, Ricer.
Well, hello everybody, and how we doing tonight? It's another Sunday, and this is episode 30. Can you believe it? I can't hardly. I mean, it's unbelievable to me when I think about that I've had 30 episodes of BBQ Tavern talk. Incredible. And tonight we've got some really great guests. We got Weber girls, Maddie and Kiki, coming on. So I'm pretty excited to get them on. We had a little conversation earlier today, so they're all set up, so they have some great audio. And I'm going to tell you right now, because I've done a lot of adjustments in the past week on my show, everybody that's out there watching, if you can't hear us correctly, please, and again, please help me out and just say something in the chat so I can adjust it if need be. But for the most part, we always do pretty good. This weekend was kind of a relaxing weekend for myself. I've been editing another master built cook. We did some ribs on it, and I'm pretty excited about getting that one out. I did a birthday party for a young little 5-year-old, and he actually throws a little cameo in the video, so it's a lot of fun. I'm excited to get him on. But today I actually did a video, and I can tell you that it was probably my favorite video that I've done in the past year. Well, next to my COVID wings one was a lot of fun for me too, because typically when I'm doing a video, I gotta have fun. It's not really all about the cook. Sometimes it's gotta be a little bit about half, goofball, let's just say that. But today in this video I got one of these things, and these are the coolest things ever. And if you don't have one, you gotta get one. Trust me, you gotta get one of these things. I mean, you can even play with it in your house if you want to. It's electrified, and you can bug zap, because if you've seen a couple of my latest videos, I'm always complaining about the flies and all them dumb bugs that are flying around my camera all the time. Now today was a little breezy, so I didn't get a lot of them right on top of me, but I got some kill shots. Oh yeah, I got some kill shots. So we'll edit that correctly so it comes out good, because yeah, I mean, actually I was kind of surprised. I probably could have played tennis back when I was a very well-tuned athlete back in the 80s. I was a lean, mean fight machine, so I'm pretty sure that I could probably have beaten Billie Jean at least. That would have been cool for me back. Well, that was probably in the 70s, but still, whatever. But yeah, so that's what I did. I got a lot of film and footage. It's really hard to talk about two cookers that you really enjoy, to be honest with you. I didn't think it would be that hard, but it actually ended up being very tricky. I actually ran 3 hours of video, but I started having fun, and I got into the American Reds, and well, things happen sometimes when I'm drinking wine, and I think all you guys that follow me know that, but that's all right. Sometimes you just gotta say what the hell, and you do it. But yeah, so that'll be not my next video, but I'm excited to get that one out. But how about you guys? Did we get out on the grills or anything like that today or yesterday or Friday? I did do some excellent chicken breasts yesterday for my wife, because she's addicted to chicken breasts. It's every week it's well, honey, can you please make me some chicken breasts so I can take them to work? And I don't mind doing it, but it's well, can we come up with something else? Can I do the other white meat, do some pork chops or something? No, it's gotta be chicken breasts. But anyways, they still turned out really good. A little spicier than she probably likes them, but I had to eat them too, so darn it, I dialed it up a couple notches, but they're still good. So anyways, I wanted to say a quick little hello, how you doing to everybody in the chat. I talked to some of you guys earlier, but I see Ray from Newcomb Barbecue's in here. Thanks for joining me. Julie's in here, like always. Thank you, ma'am, for joining me. I appreciate that. Jeff from Grill and Smoke'em Barbecue's in here, and we have the one and only Chris from Eastwind Farms. I mean, if you guys haven't checked out his channel yet, I mean, just for some great, awesome entertainment, head over to Chris's channel. I mean, I can tell you that I can watch his deer cam videos and enjoy them. The way he edits and the way he does things, it's great. So good job, Chris. Keep on putting out that content, man. Bubba K, how you doing, man? Thank you for coming in. We got Mad Horse Barbecue. I'm going to be talking about you this next video, so I give you a little bit of a hey, and I wear your hat, so make sure you check that out, Brian, when you come in. Sweet Lou's Barbecue, how you doing, brother? Thank you for coming in. You did some Italian hot dogs and potato, peppers, and onions. Awesome. On the cast iron. Perfect night.
That is a great meal. Hey, we got Skip from Long Quest, and then we've got KB Barbecue, and we got Charlie, like always. Probably my most faithful viewer is Charlie from Pickles Barbecue. Thank you, bud. We got Andrew from Anderson's Smoke Show, and I think I talk about Andrew today in my video a little bit. Terry from Madwood Barbecue, and let's see, a lot of you guys. Oh, I better announce it right now. Jason from Easy Bake Barbecue, winner, party rub winner, party barbecue rub winner. So Jason, send me your address. I think I have it, but I think you and I have talked way too much, and it's probably way too deep. So just please send me your mailing address, because you are the winner of Tailgater's barbecue rub from Suckle-Busters, or Dan Woods. Dan Woods, remember Dan Woods. Sent 1000. How you doing, man? And we got Craig from Behind the Garage Barbecue. We got Johnny Maggs. I was over by Johnny Maggs for a little bit tonight and hung out on his live stream with Lep. It was a lot of fun. We BS'd like we always do. As us YouTubers can say, we are very good at BSing. Then let's see, who else we got in here? I think, a lot of you, I said earlier, Quester J, I got to say hello to you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining me. Now, again, we've got Maddie and Kiki coming in, and these two are actually culinary experts. I've got a lot of questions for them, how they went from like culinary, because I think a culinary, I'm thinking like really professional, great, unbelievable chefs, and they're doing barbecue. But if you watch their videos, you'll see that they put a good spin on their barbecue. They're showing their talents with different things where, us backyard barbecuer guys, we're going to throw some like rub on there. We're going to throw some sauce on there, and we're going to cook a back of ribs or something. But those two have done very, very well with their talents, and just keep an eye out for them for sure. I just had a little beep come on. Hey, Duke Jester. Hey, Ricer, watch Harry's interview. You did well. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I hope you can handle these Canadian firecrackers. Well, we're going to do our best, man. We are going to do our best. I mean, the one thing I'm going to tell you about these two from talking to them a little bit, all I have to do is wind them up. Just here's a bone. And they're going to go. So they're very talented ladies, sisters, as we can call them, and they are going to do well. Hey, Chef, how you doing, brother? Thanks for joining me. And Russ, thanks for coming in. But without further ado, let's get in Maddie and Kiki, and let's call them up and see how they're doing. Get this on from here. Turn this on. I like to talk to myself a lot of times.
Hello.
All right. Hello, ladies. I think you're going to have to turn on your webcam, and there we are. How you guys doing? There we are.
Good.
You
for you. Yay, it works.
Yeah, it works. Great job. I'm glad you guys could get in here and join me. How you doing tonight? Are you guys having a good night so far?
Yes, we are. Maddie made us this beautiful little mocktail that I would like to show everybody. It's got some watermelon and some lime. It's nice and crisp. Look at Ricer's little mocktail that he's got going on there.
Well, we're in the tavern, ladies. So when we're in the tavern, hey, I like the mocktail thing. That's great. You brought a drink. So awesome. Go ahead and finish that up. Kiki, tell me about that thing. That looks interesting.
We're trying to stay hydrated around here. It's been really hot, so you can never get too many fluids in, Ricer. I don't know about down there, but us Canadian girls try to stay hydrated. And all it is just watermelon, lime, sparkling water.
Well, that sounds pretty easy, and if you throw a shot of vodka in there, I think you're set down around here in Wisconsin. I'm just going to say that, So, so all right. Great drink, and that's the thing that I've noticed from watching some of your videos and some of your Instagram pictures and stuff like that. You guys are multitasking in all different avenues of outdoor cooking. And being that you're culinary experts, and you guys tell me a little bit about that. Now, I know because we've had a little bit of a conversation, I kind of gotten to know you, but there's people in the chat that don't really know who you are, so give me the 2-cent tour.
Yeah, so basically, that first of all, fantastic observation, and I love that you said that it does look like we are multitasking constantly when it comes to culinary, because we really want to show people that you can make anything on the grill, literally.
Yes. So then, what got you into the whole barbecue thing and pulled you into that aspect compared to being in, let's say, cooking French cuisine? What pulled you into the barbecue?
Well, you know what? That's kind of a loaded question because Maddie and I used to work day jobs in social work, ironically enough. So food wasn't our background. We're Italian, so it kind of always has been in our back pocket.
It's in our blood.
Italians love food. So we've always grown up in the food world. Our mom's been the griller in our house, ironically enough. Our dad hates barbecue.
Okay, wow.
An appreciation for it now. But then, so Maddie and I were working our day jobs, and then we pitched a television show to our local TV station, and went out on a limb. We didn't know if it was going to get picked up or not. It ended up getting picked up, and it turned out to be a barbecue show. And we had this little tiny grill that we bedazzled ourselves. We put flames all over it. And we kind of became known for having this weird grill.
Yeah, we'd be in different community locations, and we kept hearing, okay, well, you guys are girls and you have a barbecue. And so, like, are you guys the ones that are gonna be grilling? And then we were like kind of confused because we were like, why is that weird? Why is that a question that we're grilling?
Yeah.
So then we were like, let's try and let's do more of this. Let's because barbecue and grilling, we feel so passionately about it. So we were like, we love making all kinds of cuisine. You can do French cuisine on the grill. You can do Italian food on the grill. So let's do it all on the grill. Let's get more people outside and cooking outside.
And at that time, it was kind of weird because there weren't many women in barbecue when we first started. And thankfully that has changed and more women are getting into barbecue now. But at that time, like Maddie said, it was one of those weird things that people kept pointing out the fact that we were women in grilling. And we were like, how is this weird? We grew up seeing our mom barbecue all the time. And then, you know what? The rest is history.
Right? Sure. Probably, okay, that is a long-winded answer.
Well, no, that's perfect, because you hit a really key point. I mean, like 10 years ago, you didn't see a lot of women in barbecue. And I will say, like, Pitmasters started bringing a few in and stuff like that in the States here. And you're probably right. You probably had a little bit of like, well, are you guys going to be just talking about it or are you going to be cooking it? So I can see that. Now, I see Grill Robin, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? You guys are doing a big thing about promoting and getting more women into barbecue and stuff like that. And I think it's awesome because you don't just have to be a big fat guy and sit there in front of a grill or a smoker and anything like that to be able to know how to cook on a grill. I've been slowly teaching my wife how to do some of this stuff, and she's taken a little bit of an interest in it. I always say she's the indoor cook, I'm the outdoor. Give me some beers and wine, and I'm gonna sit there and that's my little relaxation type of thing. Unless I'm making a video, but with you guys, you kind of are icebreakers up in excuse the pun, but up in Canada, you guys are kind of the icebreakers, really for the female gender. So congratulations on that, and keep on going. I mean, you guys have a big following. A lot of people know you. So now when we get into, you're talking about the TV thing. You guys are actually TV stars in Canada. Really, when I look at you, you've been on a lot of morning shows. I mean, probably everybody in the cities of Canada, the bigger, news network cities, there's a lot of people that know you. So how did that come about where you all of a sudden started doing all these big tours?
You know what? That's like, just try to think back to how the tour started. I can't even remember when they started.
Because we've been doing them for so long, but back then when we did start them, we just loved the opportunity to work with different food brands, promote them obviously on television, but promote them with a barbecue spin and a grilling spin. Because again, we're all about getting everybody out there and utilizing their grills. Because I don't know about in Wisconsin, I know that you guys have crazy winters there too, but up in Canada, for some reason, Canadians think that grilling is only for the summertime. And so like everybody watching tonight, I'm sure everybody agrees that if there's a snowy winter time where you're at, that doesn't mean to put the grill away.
No.
So we just wanted to show people, but with the media tours, the whole point is to use products and get people out there on the grill no matter what time of the year. We did a Christmas tour last Christmas, and people were surprised that we were telling people, cook your turkey on the grill or on the smoker.
And at that time, so we started out doing our barbecue media tours locally. So we would go to the local stations, then we sort of branched out to Ottawa, Kingston, Kitchener, like further and further away.
Sure.
And then now we're at a point where they're across Canada, and we don't really know how the heck we got here, but we're just so grateful to be doing them across Canada. And unfortunately, because of COVID, they've all had to be on Skype, so we're not actually physically able to go across Canada to all these stations, but that's kind of been its own little adventure.
It actually is an adventure, this Skype thing.
Well, I was going to say, like, you know, I don't think people probably realize when you start traveling across Canada to do all these things, there's a lot of time involved in that. And how long does a typical tour take you guys to go from east to west? How long?
Right, sir. That is a fantastic question, because now that we're doing it virtually, everybody thinks, well, you're doing it from the comfort of your yard. It's so super simple. It's really easy, but no, you're doing sound test days before with people. There's so much food prep involved, because through the magic of television, obviously in the YouTube world, you can film and you can edit and you can do this and you can do that. But when it's live, you need to have a fully done product at the end to show people that when you mix the burger, it comes out looking like this.
Or if you think about it, like for example, our Christmas tour, we were talking about how to smoke the perfect bird. We had like, remember I think there was at least 4 turkeys in Maddie's car at the back rolling around. We were like, oh no, we lost the turkey.
In all various phases of some of them raw, some of them seasoned, some of them small.
Remember one was in that big brine bag that we were like, okay, I don't know how we're gonna get rid of all this stuff at the end, because it's just rank back there.
But that's a good question, because thank you for asking that, because it looks super simple. The segments are only 5 minutes long, and we just appear on people's televisions, but there is countless work that goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
Even though we're doing it virtually in our homes, there's still tons of work. So thank you for shining a light on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, because like obviously even like making a YouTube video, you guys are newer to the YouTube platform, but you know how it is. I mean, there's a little bit of planning. I know that you guys kind of obviously you've kind of told me you kind of wing it too, but you guys have done it enough. So you do have but you still make a plan, you know, before you're not going to just like, oh, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'll be back in 10 minutes and we're going to make a video, you know, so there's planning involved in that. And like when the virtual part of it came into your platform now with going not only live on Instagram or going videos on YouTube, now that you're going to be, I think you told me that you're going to be doing a tour this fall, am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so you're going to be doing a fall thing. Well, I'm sure you already know all your dates and everything that you have to do, but there's a lot of behind the scenes planning that you got to do for each one of these shows. Are you coming in there with a theme, or are you coming in there, you know, throughout the month you're going to change it?
Well, typically we schedule our tours around the theme that we already know before it even starts. So this one, for example, is an easy sell. It's Thanksgiving. Obviously, the grilling and Thanksgiving go hand in hand.
But there's always like a unique twist to it. So it's not just like typical anything, because since it's on television, there needs to be a reason for people to watch. So like we always need to bring tips and tricks. People, non-barbecue people, I'm sure everybody watching right now, all the barbecue family members, they know the tips and tricks, but the general public, they are hungry for those tips and tricks. So that's why we always make sure we load the segments with tips and tricks that are even like just simple ones, like preheat your grill, because a lot of people, you guys know, that's like one of the most things that people overthink, overlook, don't do at all. So even that really helps people out. And so the themes are important, but it's also what we're bringing to, like, in terms of value to the viewers.
Right. And I would add that you're coming in there with Make It Simple Stupid, because you have such a wide variety of viewers that you got to make it really simple, because there's people that maybe use their grill 3 times a year, you know. And it's a great point that you're from Canada and I'm from Wisconsin, and you're right. There's people here, well, I got my grill out and I'm like, well, mine out all the time, I get that. There's a lot of people that, it's a 4 month, maybe 6 months for some people, but it's a very short season for a lot of people. And it's great that you're showing that, hey, let's do this year round. I mean, put on a pair of stocking cap or gloves and a stocking cap and head on out there and flip some burgers for a little bit. You'll be fine. You'll survive.
And Ricer, don't you think too that a lot of people, like, they're like, oh, how do you guys get out there in the snow and in the minus temperatures? But don't you feel like sometimes, we always say this, it's actually nice to like cuddle up around the grills, like when it's that cold.
Yeah.
It's nice because summer grilling, it's actually like, it's a hot grill, it's hot outside, you're in the scorching sun. So
I'd rather have it be colder, because in the summer I'm like, I don't want to be lifting the lid and the heat blasting in my face. Like,
winter grilling rocks.
Yeah.
Okay?
I will agree with you 100%. Like with me, I enjoy fall through the winter. Now I cook in my garage, so I can and I have my garage door open and all stuff like that, but I can cook in my garage year round. It's right in the corner of the garage. It's not I get people, oh my God, I can't believe you do that. Well, it's not a big deal. I mean, it really, I might be a little thinking twice about running some of my charcoal cookers in there because it's a little different story, but a pellet grill, I'll fire it up and just let it run, I mean, but yes, I mean, that is a thing with northern people. Then we can go to Northern America and Canada, that during the wintertime, there really is no such thing as a grilling season if you're a barbecue enthusiast. I mean, you'll grill when it's 10 out, 10 below, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
many people the questions we always get to when it comes to on these tours is like, okay, but could I just do it in my oven instead? Like anything we make, if we do some super cool
true.
Recipe that utilizes smoke as an ingredient and takes it to the next level,
right.
We always get that one person. Well, why would I do that when I could just do it in the oven? And we're like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get it.
Yeah, and they won't, and you're right, and because there is a special like. Because I do prime rib typically for Christmas dinner, and there's been a couple times, I'm not going to lie to you, where I balked out and I cooked it in the oven, but I never cooked one in the oven, so I did it a couple times. And
that's so cool in itself. That's hilarious. Ricer's like, I've never actually done one in the oven because you've done them all on the grill. That is like opposite of like the general public.
Well, and like we did it in the grill, and not paying enough attention, and we had a catastrophe. I blew up one of my wife's like glass dishes because I thought it could go in. And it blew up. It literally, I put it on the stovetop. I mean, that's what happened. I mean, had all the jus, and I was going to start making the au jus, and I put it on the stovetop, and I didn't read that it wasn't like good enough for the temperatures, and it blew up, and it all ran on the floor. And my wife just, she wasn't mad or anything like that, but you know what? Ricer was steaming pissed. I was so mad. I'm like, I felt like the Christmas Story video, like, all right, let's call up and let's head to the Chinese food and get some duck, even if the prime rib was fine. But I was like, dang it, all those good little tasty treats just went down and they're all over the ground, And so and I'm like thinking, well, I got some beef broth, and I guess if I, but yes, 100%. A lot of people don't think about that part. Now, what made you get into YouTube? You mean you guys are on the TV, you got 20-some thousand followers on Instagram, huge Facebooks and all this. What made you get into YouTube? And what was different about it? What's different about getting into YouTube?
Well, I feel like that's a very good question with a couple answers these days. Because the first one, the easy one, is that we decided to get into YouTube as I guess like an effect of the current pandemic, because we had tons of live events scheduled to be happening this year. And when I say live events, I mean like different events that when we appear on a stage, we're sharing like our knowledge with people on like at different home shows, different events like that. They were all canceled, obviously. And we love, I think maybe people are starting to get this theme, but we love sharing our knowledge with people, tips and tricks, and inspiring people to grill. So we were like, we can't get in front of a physical audience this year, so why not take it to the YouTube audience? Because for years, people have been saying, why are you guys not on YouTube? And that's why that's like a little bit of a second part to this answer, because we're kind of doing things a little bit backwards. A lot of people start on YouTube. Right. And then maybe they want to pitch a show to a network, and then they get a show, and then they want to do all this other stuff. But we've gone all around, and now we're going to YouTube, because YouTube is just a very cool space. It's a lot of supportive people. It's another space where we can feel normal among barbecue fans and barbecue nerds, as we call them, because barbecue people love other barbecue people, and that's what we love about the community. So that's what launched us into the YouTube world. Cool.
You know, I mean, because like, and you're 100% right. What a great time to become a YouTuber was during this COVID crap. You know, I mean, it really is a great time to become a YouTuber, because you're grounded, you're not going out and stuff, so you got a little extra free time, even if you might not have as much free time, but you just got a little extra. So it was a good time. So what has been the biggest hurdle for you to become a YouTuber?
I think that's another good one. I would have to say we're barbecue girls, we're not tech girls. And so that's where I feel like the support comes from the community, because we can't believe the amount of nice, and again, they're very nice comments. It's like constructive criticism. YouTube community is wonderful for that. No one's saying, you guys have crap audio, you have this or you have that. We did have bad audio at the beginning. We had
crap audio. Let's just throw that out there.
But everybody knows how to connect.
Sometimes we still do if our system malfunctions.
Well, we're learning, and we having it pointed out by the community and people who I feel like have our best interests at heart. They're saying it because they want to be helpful. Right. That's, I think, so awesome.
That is probably the biggest hurdle, because it feels like overnight. So we had all these ideas that we wanted to do with our channel, but it was like overnight we had to figure out how to get that together.
Right.
Yes, learn how to edit. Learn like about mics, and like learn about different software and things like that.
And like Maddie mentioned, we had all these hands-on barbecue demos lined up for this year that we had to cancel.
Yep.
And then all the attendees of our classes were like, all right, well, we still want that one-on-one interaction with you guys. So how are we going to get that? So Maddie and I were like, okay, YouTube, like, let's just figure it out, and like, we'll just make this happen. And
I feel like you can be even more fun on YouTube, because yes, we love teaching on stages. We like teaching at our own space, the grill studio. But I feel like on YouTube, we really let our entertainment side fly. And like, that's what's been so fun about this. We're like, if we want to dance at the end of our videos, we're going to.
Yeah, like the level of control we do really like. Like, we love being able to be in control of all aspects of our channel. And I don't think that's ever going to get old.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome so far.
Well, you know, and you hit a very great point right there, is being in control. You know, with YouTube, you are in control. You are the one that's going to say, I'm going to upload this content now. I'm satisfied with it. You don't have somebody saying, well, you know, you guys, you know, or anything like that. So that's great. Now, as far as like when you guys talk about teaching and stuff like that, have you ever thought about doing like Zoom classes or something like that? Any on that? You know, you can. There's people that are doing it. You know, they're teaching people live on Zoom, and they pay to get a link to join you guys. Is that another aspect that you could add into your from root to branch type of philosophy, or not? Have you thought of that?
Yeah, that's a really good idea. But I think at this point we're open to really anything. And I think, if anything, this year has taught everybody that nobody knows what the future is going to bring.
Right.
As much as we think that we do. So we're kind of at a position where we don't know what's going to come down the pipeline, and we're open to all of it.
Well, there you go.
Being open is key.
I'm only asking for 5% commission from anything that you guys make with any ideas I give you. So no, I can't. But
deal right there.
But okay, so now let's talk about Weber. I mean, because you guys are crazy huge involved with Weber. How did that come about?
Well, that also is a huge convoluted question, because how we can trace it back to where it all started is we have been Weber fans for a very long time, like probably many people who are listening and watching right now.
Yes.
But we actually decided to, I'm not sure if anyone on here has heard, but there is a huge barbecue event that takes place every year in Toronto called Dixon's Smoke Show. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it's a huge, crazy event.
All right. I have not personally heard of it, but I know that there's some people that follow the show that are also from Canada and closer to Toronto than I am. So that's interesting. So go on.
Okay, so guys, if anyone's watching, let us know if you've heard of it because it's a huge deal. And so one year, on a whim, we decided that we were going to sign up and we were going to actually cook at Smoke Show. And so that's a huge deal. It's an event that has like foot traffic of like I don't know how many thousand people, but it's a huge event.
More than 5,000, right? Yes.
I would even, I don't know if it's 5, but it's tons of people. And so
I can look it up, but I think when you talk about a big event like that, let's just say 5,000 people come into it, because I think of other situations like that. Yeah, there's 5,000 people that show up. So go on. I'm sorry.
And in order to sign up as a cook at this event, they make you have to follow all these stipulations. You have to have enough food for say 5,000 people.
And like they say you gotta be pumping out food and not exactly enough. Like they give you like a timeline of how much food per hour, and it's like this huge crazy undertaking.
And at that time we hadn't done anything like that. Like we had our Rogers show.
We had entered a couple barbecue competitions, but nothing to that level. Before.
Sure.
So we entered this festival called Dixon Smoke Show. We entered it. We had wanted to get Weber's attention because everybody knows if you want to work with a brand, you have to stand out, obviously get their attention, and show them what you can do on the grill, obviously.
Correct.
So we have been kettle girls for as long as we can remember. We love the Weber kettle, but at this event, they had people who were there that for some reason, I don't know why, but you could only cook on the Weber SCG, so the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill.
And they asked us ahead, they were like, do you think that you guys can cook on the Summit Charcoal Grill? And we were like, you mean like the big giant ones? And not just one, we had to be cooking on 2.
Yeah, and so we were like, sure, like, and then in our heads we're like, we're gonna fake it till we make it, okay? We're gonna show them that we can cook on this thing, and like we're gonna really impress them.
Right.
So they were obviously Weber Canadian representatives, like the Weber Grill Masters. They were at this event along with all the other barbecue brands, Traeger, Kamado Joe, Big Green Egg, all the different brands. It's a huge multi-brand festival.
Sure.
So we had told them that we were going to be taking part at this festival, and we invited them over to our tent. So we didn't know at the time, because we didn't know them. We didn't have a relationship with them yet, but the general manager came over to the tent, the vice president of marketing, all these crazy big name people came over to the tent because again, not to keep harping on gender, but unfortunately in the barbecue world, it's unfortunately still a thing. But we were the only women participating in the entire event, which is not surprising because every barbecue competition that we've entered, we're always the only women.
Sure.
But so not only were we the only women, so we stood out in that way, but we were actually preparing something on the Weber SCG that was the talk of the event.
Okay.
So we had like a huge spotlight on us, and so I think that we just really impressed the socks off of them.
Yeah, and the rest is history. That's pretty much how it started. And
we started the relationship, started growing it, and then they got to the point where I think that they couldn't say no to us.
We were pretty much just like aggressively throwing ourselves at them.
Yeah, well, you know, and the funny thing is what we say here in Wisconsin, you ballsed up. You went after it, you know.
Oh my goodness, that is such a keeper.
I'm going to take that.
All right, you sure can, you know, because you did. You went right after it. You didn't like sit back and you know, you said, hey, this is what we're going to do and we're going to do it. And you pushed yourself through it. So congratulations on that, because landing a Weber sponsorship that's stupid huge, and you guys know that. So congratulations to you on that. That's awesome, you know. Now
we ballsed up.
You ballsed up, yeah. You ballsed up.
I don't even know. Is that dirty to say?
No. It's a sport thing. It's a sport thing.
Nothing can sound dirty.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's really just a sport thing, to be honest with you. You ballsed up, you know. So I mean, I'd tell my kids when I was coaching football, it's time to balls up, guys. You know, girls. I had girls on my team too, so it didn't matter. So, but you know, now Out of all those, now you said that you guys are a kettle, that's your favorite. Other than the kettle, what is your favorite Weber cooker? Your favorite pit out of the Weber. What's your second one?
Hitting us with the hard-hitting questions here. Okay?
Right. I mean, because I will tell you that I think Weber makes great products throughout everything. But what is like your second one? What's your second one?
Well, that is a really, really hard question.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we do love.
He's like, I know.
He's like,
trying to answer it.
He's like, I'm going to sit here until you answer it specifically. But I think it is a good question, and we are kettle girls. We don't really like to say what is our favorite, but I would think I'd have to say the kettle's our favorite. But in terms of second favorite, we've said this before. I feel like every time we welcome a new grill into our fleet, which we have like tons and tons of grills, that becomes our second favorite.
Yeah,
Right.
like just when we think one is going to be our favorite, we get a new one, and then we start using it a lot, and then it becomes our favorite for a period of time. And then we get to a point where we have favorite things that we like to make on each grill.
Yes.
Exactly.
think,
Yeah.
like,
Good answer.
Like certain things are better on the kettle. Certain things are better on the smoke fire. Like if you want to set it, if you're in a set it and forget it kind of mood, the smoke fire 100%. Like you cannot walk away from the kettle or the Summit charcoal, obviously, without having to do some
Minor adjustments. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
But the smoke fire, if you're in a lazy mood, the smoke fire is your man.
Yeah. Well, and you hit that perfectly, because I get different cookers, and I have had in my past different cookers. I have my favorite, and I will say that my favorite cooker is a Weber kettle, because I can cook every single thing, every protein out there on a Weber kettle. But I have my second favorite, and then and that rotates from cooker to cooker. But I have not ever in my life had a Weber Smoky Mountain, and that is what it sounds. No.
Okay. You need to get one, Ricer. If you like the low and slow cooks, that one, I remember when we welcomed that one to the family, that one was, and actually that one will always have a special place in our heart, because yes, we love the Weber Summit charcoal grill, but the Weber Smoky Mountain is a set it and forget it.
I was just going to say, it also is very set it and forget
It's the
it.
charcoal set it and forget it.
And it's funny because, that is one that a lot of my friends have, a lot of my good barbecue friends have. And I'm like, I just haven't bought one. Every time I look at one, I'm like, maybe next year I'll get one. And I just always pass it up, because I have other cookers that do the same task. But someday I will have a Weber Smoky Mountain. It's on that list of wants, let's say. So, and now, when you guys are now into the YouTube, what has been kind of the thing that you've, not a hurdle, other than technology? I get it, learning all the technology part of it, but what is something that you've learned maybe different than television that you have to do in YouTube?
Well, that's okay. He is coming at us with very, very good questions, because that
sorry. Well, I'm bringing my A game, girls. So let's go.
No, you really are bringing your A game, because that is such a good one. That's a thinker, I feel like, because offhand, I feel like I'm just offhand. I don't know, honey, if you can think of a different answer for this, but the fact that YouTube is an editing process. So you're right. You can wing it to some capacity, but when we go and shoot our YouTube videos, that's a day's work. So
right.
like that's not just like, even though like you need to plan it and everything, there's lots of different parts of it. And I remember at the beginning, we'd forget, you got to do the thumbnail, and then we would take a picture for the thumbnail, and we'd be like, oh my goodness.
We'd be like done and inside and packed up.
The food would be gone.
And be like, oh, what is the friggin' thumbnail going to be? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's hilarious, because that is such a, I'm going to call you a noob on that part, because that's what my kids call me when I do something, and they call me a noob. And, it's 100% noob issue that you got to take a thumbnail. Now, granted, you can go ahead and screen capture, part of your video and put it in there. So that's an FYI for you. But, it's like, oh, Jeff, what did you do? But that happened a little bit in the beginning. But then after a while, then it just becomes like a routine. Now, it's funny when you get, obviously you guys are used to production. You're used to these big, news cameras, audio, lights, and all that type of stuff that you're used to on that end, and now you're doing it for yourself. So technology has now became like entry level for you. It really has become entry level for you guys, because I think you film your own videos, if I'm correct, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yes,
For the
we
most
do.
part,
We
you guys
film
are doing
them,
all
we
of it.
edit them. We do every aspect of them, which at first we were like, we don't really like that part of it, like the editing. But now that we're rolling now we actually are really enjoying that part of it. We're enjoying learning about the tech and getting excited. We got a microphone specifically for this event today that we're doing with you, and
Well,
we were
good
so
job.
excited to get it set up. So now we're getting excited about weird things like microphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's 100% truth there too. I think every YouTuber that's watching in the chat right now will agree with you. Every time they add a new piece of gear for their production, they're excited about it. So that is the one thing. Amazon becomes your best friend. Really, as a YouTuber,
true.
it becomes your best friend. Now, so when you guys have started uploading, I'm sure you spent a lot of time watching other YouTube videos to learn how to do all this stuff. And you obviously have connections with maybe the cameraman at Channel 5 or whatever, or something like that. So you can ask that person like, hey, how do you do this? So you do have some contacts, okay? As far as the YouTube thing, it's probably kind of enjoyable for you guys because your Instagram is so busy and everything, your social platform, other platforms are so busy. YouTube, you can kind of actually take a little time, probably, in my opinion, and load at your leisure. And, I know you're pushing, you guys are trying to get a lot of video content out there, but, you don't have this overwhelming of things that you need to respond to. So having that and being that said, how in the hell do you guys keep up with all your social media? Who is in charge of it, and who the hell sits there and responds to all these people? Or do you get to a point like for the first hour we respond, oh, Kiki, you're the one in charge. Okay.
No, I was pointing to both of us. We both do.
Okay,
and we
you both do.
literally dedicate. Okay, that's kind of making me feel like that you're saying it's not overwhelming, because I feel like it is so overwhelming.
Oh, no. I'm saying that you have so many other contacts in other areas. It's got to be crazy overwhelming. But in your YouTube channel, you probably don't get, thousands of comments in the first hour like some YouTubers do. You know what I mean? Or I could be completely wrong. But
no, we're not. Like right now, when it comes to YouTube, obviously we're still new, we're still growing, we're not getting tons of comments, but it's really important to us. And not to talk about a different platform, but Instagram, we
talk about all of them.
Yeah, because we love all of them. We use them all. But with Instagram, it's very, very important to us, and I'm sure that you would probably agree to this too in terms of the YouTube community. But it's important to respond to everybody. We treat every comment as if someone is talking to us. And so we respond to every comment. We read every comment. We look at what other people are posting, because again, this is a community, and we like to see what other people, that's everyone in the barbecue family, inspires everybody.
We always find it weird when you see these people that are just putting their own content out there and then not being part of the community in any other way. It's like, how can you expect people to want to watch what you're putting out there if you're not contributing to the community?
Others, yes, yeah.
Exactly.
But I'm just still going to give you guys crazy props because, I post a video and I'll get 60 comments or something like that. And I'm like, I'll start with the first hour and I reply to everybody, and then I have to take a break, and then I come back. Everybody gets a reply. It might be a day late or whatever. I can't imagine how you guys can, respond to everything in all the other areas. So congratulations to you that you guys put that much effort into your big platforms. That's a lot of work. So good job.
Thank
you guys
you.
Well,
must,
it is a
you're
lot of
going to
work,
have
but it
carpal
doesn't-
tunnel, but
It's a lot of work, and it takes up to 4 hours between the two of us. Thank goodness there are two of us. I don't know how people do it when they're running their own individual
You'd have to
channel.
hire someone.
But yeah, between the two of us, it takes up to 4 hours a day to respond to all of the platforms,
Wow.
as well as even on YouTube. We're now, because we're on YouTube now, yes, we're not getting tons of comments, but we're going out to other people's channels. We're seeing what they're doing. We're learning from them. We're getting inspiration from them. Ricer, your channel in particular, you have a huge subscriber count. And
Well,
not
thank
that
you.
it's all about the numbers, but it's something to aspire to. And so, like, look at, you have incredible audio. Your cameras are incredible. Your on-screen personality is incredible. Like,
Well,
you're
thanks. Thank you. I appreciate
you're
that.
awesome, and like, it just gives us something to see and see. Like, look at what a little bit down the road we can be.
Well, I mean, and again, you guys, you've proven it in other platforms, and that's why I know that you'll be very successful in the YouTube land. I mean, I know a lot of times, like, it's a little frustrating at first when you first start out on YouTube, especially I could see it in your aspect that, hey, we've got 20,000, Instagram people. Why aren't they all coming over to YouTube? Now, I would be the first person that would be on there. Hey, did you guys subscribe to me yet? Because I would say, I'm going to push you people over here. I'm going to direct you in a kind way and direct you over to my other platform because I want you to be a part of my platform over there too. But girls, just keep on going and you keep crushing it. I mean, it's really the truth. I mean, it's kind of fun. I'm just the opposite than you, that I have like 600 followers on Instagram. I don't put a lot of effort into Instagram, but it's fun to do something on a different platform once in a while. And that's how I look at it. I'll get like, 25, 30 likes or something like that. I'm like, oh, yay, on Instagram. And I'm pissed if I don't get 100 comments on my video in the first day, So it's like, it's just a completely different deal. Now, here's the question for you two. What is your favorite protein? Favorite protein?
Ooh, good one.
Okay, I know mine. I have two that are kind of tied. I'll go first.
Okay.
Kiki. Mine's kind of boring, but I am obsessed with burgers. I love a burger. However, it's followed slightly by any cut of lamb, whether it's a leg of lamb, a rack of lamb, lamb chops. I just love it. There's something about lamb, and it has to be on charcoal. I'm sorry, I love all of our grills, but lamb has to be on charcoal, in my opinion.
Totally.
Yep.
So, but I think burgers and lamb for me.
Okay. All right.
That's a very good question. I'm gonna have to go with. So, Ricer, I don't know if you knew this, but I've actually had to change my diet drastically in the last few years.
No, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, so I have a medical condition. I've had to give up meat altogether.
Oh, wow.
ironically enough.
All right. So you are the veggie
I
queen.
still love it. Sorry.
You're crushing out all the vegetables and all that type of stuff. Great. Good.
Oh, so sweet. But I still miss meat. I love it. I can still taste it when I think about it in my head.
She smells it every time we cook it.
So I'm going to have to go with the wild game meats.
Yeah,
that's what I
games.
miss the most. So
Okay.
I'm a hunter, and again, being so ironic, the fact that I've had to give up meat, I still hunt. But I'm gonna have to go with venison or wild turkey.
Wow, that's good choices. Well, I feel for you, but it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay because you can find other things that you like just as much, and it might have been a little bit of a loaded question because I didn't know that part of it, but hey, great answer, So because in all reality, I'm waiting for the day when my wife tells me no more red meat for you because I could eat steak every single day, and since I became a barbecuer and my new position of my regular day job, I've gained 30 pounds and I'm like, oh yeah, you better go up another L, honey. Sorry, so, but it's all good. I'm going to read a couple questions, and everybody in the chat, if you want to throw us some questions, go ahead and feel free. I know they've been coming through, and I'm sorry if I don't get to all of of them. But, let's throw some questions out to Maddie and Kiki. But I have one here. Does Maddie and Kiki name their cookers? And that is from Jimmy EQ. Jimmy EQ is wondering if you name your cookers.
Okay, Jimmy EQ must not know us, because anybody who does know us knows that every single one of our grills has a name. And that's like one of our most exciting parts of welcoming a new grill to our grill family. We always name them. Yep. You gotta name them.
I gotta quit calling all of mine Bertha, because I named mine Bertha or Burpadina, and all these weird names that my dad used to tease me about. So, I've thought about it. My good friend Dash from Steel Drum Smokers, he names every one of his grills and all that. And I've been thinking about trying to do that too, instead of, this is the Master Built Gravity Series 560, So it's like, yeah, I think you guys having it more personal, good job, that might happen. I don't ever see any of my grills right now that I have one that's always going to stay here, and that is my Weber kettle. That's always going to be part of my arsenal for the rest of my life. Now I have other cookers that are like getting ready and getting packed up to go to friends or donating to people that might have tougher times.
Awesome.
Well, I can only fit so many in my garage, so you got to play it the way you got to play it. But yeah, I think I might name a couple of them. I got a stick burner that I want to get pretty soon. That'll never leave, and might even actually get buried with me when I get it, in my grave. I'll just shove me in the chamber.
That one needs a name.
That one will have a name. And not Bertha. So, all right. So we've got another question here from Pickles Barbecue. Charlie is asking you, how do you come up with your funny questions for videos?
Oh, that's a good one. They kind of happen naturally, to be honest, Pickles. Like,
some of them do. Some of them are based on the national days, because I don't know about you guys, but some of the national days, like, we just did one for National Underwear Day. Like, I don't even know who comes up with these. Like,
days, yeah.
We find out about these weird days. We've got things rolling around in our heads. Like, between the two of us, like, they just pop out, and then we're like, let's just go with it. Like, how does National Underwear Day have to do with grilling?
But we can always tie it back.
Yeah, right. Well, and you tried. You got to come up with something, right? So, yeah, and that's kind of like, I think most creative minds are that way. Everything in my videos are ad-libbed. They just pop in my brain and I spit them out, and sometimes they're really funny and they make the video, and sometimes it's like, well, I didn't quite say it correctly, so it gets cut and it gets thrown on the floor, and then maybe another time I can think of it again, but yeah, great job on that part. Now I have a question from Uncle Steve Shake, and Steve is asking, please ask the girls how they liked Uncle Steve's shake.
Uncle Steve, we love your shake.
And Uncle Steve, we want to ask you, where do you get those little tiny, cute, adorable bottles? Like, that is like, we were obsessed with that size. Like, we've been saying they're purse size. So we've been putting them in our purses. Bring them with you everywhere you go. Anything can use a little bit of Uncle Steve's.
Right. Perfect. Well, there you go, Steve. Now, Jason from Easy Bake Barbecue. First, he said, thank you, girls, for subscribing to my channel. That really meant a lot to me. And then he's saying right here, has Maddie and Kiki used the new Master Touch Premium? And would they please ask Weber to sell the stainless steel diffuser plate and the charcoal ring separately? That's a big question, but he's asking.
Question.
Yeah, so what cooker he's talking about, the new one that just kind of came out. So there's something to take back. Do you have that cooker yet or
no,
not
yet? We don't have that one yet. We're always open to receiving whatever Weber comes out with and whatever they want to throw at us. But I agree with that. I like to have the accessories sold separately, and I like to be able to see, like, if you want that, get it.
Yeah,
If you
pick and
don't-
choose.
Exactly. I like a pick and choose option, so we gotta bring that back.
We'll
We gotta
send the
bring that
feedback back.
Well, and I think that's right because, you know, they come out with these new grills and they're basically the same size as like some of the other ones. And it's like sometimes people just, I just want to get this accessory and see if I can kind of make this work. I get part of it from a marketing aspect, that in a business aspect, that are like, well, if you want it, you're going to buy this whole grill. But some people only can have one grill at their property. I mean, they have one little small deck. So they want to try to do these other things, and it doesn't make sense to go ahead and buy another grill. Now, let me see. I had another couple more here. I'm going to scroll up. Daddy Dutch says hello to you, too. From, you know, remember Daddy Dutch, Kent? He's saying hello to you.
Yes, certainly do. Hello, Kent. How are you?
I just hung out with Kent last weekend, and we had a blast. Last Saturday, we had a lot of fun. So I finally got to meet the tall guy. He's taller than me, and I thought I was big, but he's huge.
So because you guys both look super tall.
Well, I'm tall enough. He's really tall, though, so he's a big guy. I saw Charlie, the chat's gone past, so I mean, some of you guys, if you have some more of those questions you asked earlier, please put them in there because I can't scroll back up. Now, when you two are coming up with a video, let's get into this part, okay? Let's get into the YouTube part of it. Obviously, there's some planning. Who is in charge of what? As far as the video production, who's kind of like gonna say, I'll take this role, you take this role? Go ahead.
Well, I think that when it comes to right now, which Ricer, we'd love your opinion on this, your advice on this. Right now, we're pumping out 2 videos a week because we're just new. We think that's we like that schedule. We really enjoy that schedule. So it's kind of perfect because 2 videos, 2 sisters. So that's how we like to divide it up. So some person takes the recipe for one of the videos and the other person takes like the other aspects to it. So we're very good. We are really lucky that we get to work together. We're sisters, but we're actually best friends. So every day that we work together, it's a really, really sweet experience. Like that's the most thing that we love about this career is that we get to work together.
And if you notice, some of our videos are shot, they're in 2 different locations. So one is at the grill studio, which is located in an old drive shed on my farm.
And that's our place where pre-COVID, we developed the space and designed the space around teaching barbecue classes there. So I don't know if you can tell from the videos, I think you can get the feel of the space. It's a gigantic space.
Yeah,
massive.
Yeah, it's huge.
So right now we're using it for our YouTube videos. So that's where we shoot some of our videos. And we also shoot them in a suburb area. That's where I live. So we switch it up. So depending on where we're at, that's who's basically coming up with that recipe.
Yeah, like so we got boiled down to my house, my rules, because we would get like anytime you work with family, there's going to be some conflicting opinions as to what we're going to make, what we're going to talk about. But then ultimately we decided that if it's your house, it's your rules, and you get the final say as to what's going to go on.
And we're sisters. We love working together. That's what it's all about.
Well, I mean, that's really, really diplomatic of you two. I mean, that's really good that you guys, because my brother and I, we get along great. And I could see my brother and I having that same situation where it's like, all right, well, we're at my house now, so I run the nail gun. At your house, I get to pick up the 2x4s. You know what I mean? So I see that. That's great, you know, that you guys can get along that way, you know, because it is important. I do everything for my YouTube by myself. You know, now I will say that my boys help me film and my wife will help me film and stuff like that, but they do nothing other than that, you know, help set up and stuff like that. But that's it, you know. So when it comes right down to the creative part of it, I don't have anybody to say, well, I'm not saying pickled. I'm not going to say pickled. I'm going to say, you know, something else. So, you know what I mean? I could see, you know, me fighting with certain things like that, you know. So congratulations that you guys established a boundary, you know, and that's cool, you know, because both you guys have awesome sets. I mean, really, you got awesome sets. I mean, Lowe's, if you're watching, or Home Depot, Ricer needs a new back patio so he can make better, videos, you know, so... But no, really, I mean, you guys really have cool spaces and locations, so that's cool, you know. Now, I have another one from Pickles Barbecue, Charlie. Charlie is, Were they raised on Italian food, and what were their favorite dishes? That's a good question. I like that one. You guys,
That is a good one.
Were you raised on the Italian Italian grub, and what's your favorite one?
Well, our family, like, they did cook a lot of Italian food, but our family, since our parents both were really into food, they kind of did a lot of different cuisines, like a lot of worldly cuisines. We were very, like, growing up, we had a lot of different kinds of food. Although we did have some of the typical Italian specialties that, like, nobody would want now. Like, a lot of Italian food is really, really weird that you never hear about. Like, our grandma used to make a dish called head cheese.
I knew you were going to say that.
Head cheese, yeah. I mean, I've had head cheese, I mean, come on, I mean, I'm German and I've had head cheese. So, all right, go on. No.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Kiki's right. We were, I wouldn't say we were raised off of just Italian food. Our parents, they loved a variety of cuisines, and I think that's what has inspired us to really. We are not afraid to try anything, and that's why a lot of our recipes are pretty unique and inspired. Like, they're inspired by many cultures around the world.
Well, and I'll say that about your videos. I mean, like, wow, these girls really actually put extra effort into their cooks. So I can see that part of it, where myself, I mean, I want to make some really good ribs and be happy with some really good ribs, where you guys are adding that extra little culinary flair to it and all that. Now, on top of that question from Charlie, we also got one from Julie Gilpin, and she's saying, what is your favorite cuisine to cook? What's your favorite?
Ooh.
Everyone's coming with good questions tonight.
It's so hard to pick a favorite because it depends. I feel like we both, like, favor different things, different times of the year. Like, if I had to pick an all-time favorite cuisine, I'm going to have to go with Mexican, for me personally.
Okay. All right. And you, Maddie?
Good one. I'd say any time of the year, even on a really hot, sunny day, I love ramen noodles. Like, I know that's a funny one.
No, you're like the ramen queen.
But I love, and I'm not just talking like boil up the noodles and just take them down like that.
No, she jacks them up.
Yeah, I love anything that you can add in them. If anyone has leftover brisket, throw some brisket into some ramen noodles. You'll never look back.
Well, I mean, that's great, because it's actually kind of funny, because when I was over by Johnny Meggs, who says hello to you earlier, he said to make sure you guys I said hello to you. He said he was talking about ramen noodles, and how, like, it goes with everything. It doesn't matter. You can take them just out of the packs, those little squares, and just throw some extra, protein on top of it, and you got a meal. So that's really funny.
Johnny Meggs knows. He knows.
That's right. Now, Quester J is asking, and this is a rip on me, okay? He's asking, have y'all ever dropped a bowl of chicken before? Have you ever dropped any of the food that you've cooked and then end up at, dropping it and spilling it all over, and the dogs eat it, like I did in my Vortex chicken wings? Have you ever had?
We gotta search out that video.
Now I want to see if that made it into a video. I have to see this.
Yeah.
It's in my Vortex chicken wings video. I dropped a whole bowl of chicken wings, and I actually left it right in the video because it's real life, and I cooked a lot of food in those 2 days, and I dropped it. So Quester's asking if you guys ever had an oopsie like that too.
Yeah, we've had tons of oopsies, and I have a black lab. And he is constantly up in the grill studio with us, like a little Hoover vacuum, just going back and forth, looking for any stray scraps.
If you leave stuff out, he goes at it. We haven't actually, we got to keep an eye on him. But in terms of us actually dropping stuff, I don't know if we've actually dropped a main, but we've definitely done things like different ingredients that we portion out into little bowls. We definitely have dropped stuff like that, and there may have been, we don't really swear that often, but when something like that happens, sometimes you just gotta let it out.
So there's a word that's coming out that people go like this on. Yes, yeah. I mean, it was in my video when I do it. And it was just a, whatever. I blame Dale for it, and you'd have to watch the video, but I blame Dale because he unloaded those chicken wings on top of the Vortex in a stainless steel bowl, and it was hotter than you know what I mean. And I grabbed it, and I'm like, I'm just going through this, and you like, there's the behind the scenes, he's like, it's really hot. And I'm like, yeah, I know it is. And I go up there and I start doing it. And I guess as time went on, well, my hand just said, I can't hold on to this anymore. And I literally dropped it. And I put it in a video. So I just wish my wife just shut off the camera. And it's not her fault. I said, nah, I'll just go walk to this one. She just shut the camera. If she would have been running the camera, she would have got actually the dogs, these 4 dogs, wolfed up like 30 wings in seconds. So it was really... Oh yeah, and I just kind of look at the camera and I'm like, and you can hear the crunching, So I'm like, whatever, So
yeah, but I think it's awesome that you put it in the video because
it's real life.
Fun of cooking is honestly the mistakes in the moment. They're not fun. In the moment, you literally get like so upset, but afterwards you can laugh about it and you learn from it. And seeing other people have mistakes, it makes you feel like you're like, okay, I'm not that bad because it happened to them.
Yeah.
Right. And like one of my friends, Darren from Ash Kickin' Barbecue, just said it might have been too many Coronas, but it might have been actually too much Riesling wine too on top of the Coronas that I was drinking. So, and it was a 4th of July party. So, stuff like that happens. So, all right, I got another, Charlie's just rolling out the questions to you girls. What are some of the things they say all the time that they don't realize until doing videos? So when you're editing a video, what's something that you're like, oh, I said it again? Because I will tell you that I have a certain like takeoff word that I always say, and I have to 50% of the time cut it out. So what's something that you always say?
That's such a good one too, because you're right in this YouTube process, through the editing. I'll always be like, can I stop saying wow? Like, I say wow all the time.
And we were always saying, instead of just starting talking, we'll be like, so today, so this, why are you saying so 10 million times? Like, enough already.
But you're right. You don't notice these things until you're watching it back and you're like, I am so annoying.
and until you start getting in the rhythm of like how you're going to do the videos, like you don't need to keep repeating the same word at the start.
No.
Right. I always say, all right, or okay. And every sentence I start off when I come back, I always say, all right, okay, now, so there's like these, like, but it's all right and okay. And I've gotten to the point where I know I say it, but it gets me going. And then I have this just enough pause where I can cut that, throw that in a can, and then I start from that. Yes. Now, all right, let's get to the cooking part or whatever I'm going to say, So that's a thing that you learn the more you're in front of camera, and especially like with you guys now, this is a big question because again, balls up, you what is it like going live on television? Because it's different than, I'll still say that it's different than going live on YouTube. It's you going live on YouTube. I mean, you get 50 some watchers and replays and who cares. But when you're going live on Toronto television, there's a lot more people in the morning watching that news segment. How do you deal with that little bit of anxiety and stress? What are you doing to cope with that part of it?
You know what? I feel like Kiki and I, from the beginning, I don't know why we're like this, but we take everything that we do and we amplify it for some reason in our heads. And so whether we're going live on YouTube, whether we're going live on Instagram or on television, we act like we're going live at the Super Bowl. Like we literally act like it's, and we can't help it. Whether it says, I can't see the views, how many people are watching right now, but whether if it says 3 views or whether it says 30,000 views, I don't know why we take it exactly the same. Like,
since we are so serious about the work that we do, like we are the definition of the show must go on. Like we've done some of our, like we've had media tours booked well in advance, and we've gotten some situations where like I've been super sick And I literally one time, I think it was one of our first media tours, I was in the hospital and literally got out, and then we were on a media tour the next day.
Yeah. And so you just always make it happen, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on the morning shows. Being live in front of an audience, we treat the audience as if it's a gigantic audience every single time, or if it's a small audience every single time. We don't really change how we act or how we feel. It's like an exhilarating moment, even if it's two people.
Yeah,
I don't know why, I can't explain it, but it's even if it's two people, it's an amazing feeling.
It becomes like a do or die situation.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I will say you like what you're doing. That's what makes it so much fun. You like what you're doing. So it makes it a lot easier to do what you're doing and do it live or do it recorded. So that's a good answer on that. You know, I mean, now to kind of fill on top of that question, Julie Gilpin is asking again, or another question from her. She's asking, how do you guys stay so positive and full of life? How do you do it?
Well, that's one of the most questions. We've heard that question 1,000 times. And hello, Julie. Thank you for tuning in right now. But we get it all the time because I think people really take to the fact that we are positive. We are happy that we get to spend time together. But we used to work in jobs where we weren't so happy, and they were really like, we were burnt out in those types of jobs. So now that we're where we're at today, I know that it sounds like a cliche, but we literally wake up grateful every single day to be able to do what we do, even if we're waking up at 3 a.m. for a morning show. And let me tell you, it hurts at 3 a.m. It does. But even at that moment, we wake up and we're happy every single day. When you've done something that you don't like and you get to do something that you do like, it makes you positive and it makes you happy.
And sometimes, like, we'll take a little trip down memory lane.
Oh, goodness,
like,
yes.
If we're doing an event or something that we maybe aren't so crazy about now, we'll be like, do you want to go back to your old job? Like,
Exactly.
do you want to go back there? Are you happy where you are now?
It's probably pushing each other a little bit once in a while, because everybody wakes up that morning like, grumpy Gruss, and it's like, so you're feeding, like, all right, I got to get her fired up, so I mean, and that's cool, Now, Jabin from Postal Barbecue, and I'm sure you're very familiar with your fellow Canadian. He's asking, what has been the biggest challenge when you're working with with big brands, and what advice would you give to a new YouTuber thinking working with brands for media tours? Okay, kind of understand that. I can read it to you again, but he's basically asking, what's the biggest challenge when you're dealing with brands, and when you have to go out on a tour and promote that brand? What's the biggest challenge for you?
I'd say I think you will agree to this. One of the biggest challenges is when you're working with a lot of the bigger brands. They're bigger because they've gotten to where they are with being so particular with how they want their brand seen.
Yes.
So they're very particular on anybody who's working with the brands in like wording, how their brand is being seen on TV.
Like, we literally worked with a beer brand one time that made it absolutely clear that when we're on television, the beer is to look chilled,
glisteny.
Yes. So like, we're not even joking. We had to,
and it was the dead of summer. So we were like, how do you make a warm can of beer look glistening?
Spritzer.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we had to do, and it works like a charm. It makes it look incredible. But yeah, the big brands, that's like you just have to be able to roll with their particularness, because they've gotten to the big brand, like, to be a big brand for a reason, and you just have to understand that if they're particular, it is for a reason.
You can't paraphrase. Like, if they have a certain way that they want you to say something, you can't really say it in your own words.
Yeah, and that's where they would have troubles with me, because I just shoot it off the cuff, and it's like I have to work with people like, yeah, we're a brand, but you say whatever you want, Ricer. We understand you. You're challenged.
Those brands are fantastic because, in our opinion, the key to working with good brands and relaying the information to the audience, the brands need to trust whoever they're working with, because anything that's said in an authentic voice is going to sound much better than sounding like something that's just being read off a piece of paper. Correct. And so we try and, now that we've been doing this for a long time, at the beginning of our career, we'd start to like, we would just want to please the brands and like say whatever they want. But you're right, authenticity is important, and they have to trust that we're going to say it in an authentic way.
Right. And I think that's kind of the answer to like Jabin, is that, you know, you still have to be yourself, but you better be prepared. You better be prepared that you're going to have to follow some guidelines, you know, because like I know Russ Jones, he was in here before from Smoky Ribs, and you know, him and I talked privately, and sorry Russ, and I'm spilling the beans, but you know, he said, you know, some of the brands that I work with, you know, I got to make sure that I, you know, dot my I's and cross my T's, you know, and that, not that it's not hard for them, but it's more concentration into the actual production part of it, you know, and so I can see where that's probably hard for real small people that are getting involved into a brand deal, because, man, you know, you start putting like creative guidelines on certain people, it's hard for them. Now, other people, yeah, you're right. They'll say, and now you press the button and make sure that you drink at least half a can and it's delicious, you know? So I mean, I just know myself, I can't read anything like that. I have to just naturally say it, you know? So
that's the best way to go, for sure.
Oh, wait, I see somewhere in here that Mr. Bukla had a question, and I got to catch him. So I don't know where his is. And Mr. Bukla is a fun, young barbecue enthusiast. He's very young, actually. He's only 16 years old. And
that's awesome.
I missed him, and I'm sorry that I missed it, buddy, and I might not be able to get back far enough. So if you're still watching, Mr. Bukla, throw it in there again, brother, because, you know, here's your chance. You know, you're going to be live on here. So, but yeah, I mean, so now, what I ask all the tubers and people that come on my show, I mean, what is one big thing that you really, from now until next year, you want to do to amplify your YouTuber, you know, or Instagram, or your whole platform? What's something that you really, really want to concentrate on from now until next year and just enhance and make it better?
Well, I think in terms of YouTube, we're now, like we already said before, we're starting, I feel like we're just entering into falling in love with tech. But I think now it's going to, like, because that's really going to help take our channel, I think, to the next level. So I think that in a couple months from now, or a year from now, our videos are going to probably look a lot different. And that's what it seems like everybody else is, like, when they first start, it's a natural progression. You're not gonna buy every single piece of equipment at the beginning, because you may not even know that it exists. Right. So I think we're just going to keep going with tech, keep going with sticking to our schedule that we've set out for ourselves in terms of uploading videos, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Eventually, we want to have our own live YouTube sort of series. We've had some ideas thrown around with how we might want to do that when we get to that level, but
well,
for now, those are just ideas, and that's where they'll have to stay until we're able to do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, and time will tell, you know. I mean, once, you know, you guys get, you know, and again, you have a lot of platforms that you're dealing with, and you direct your time and effort. You know, I always say there's the percentage rule. You know, you're going to put so much percentage into this, you're going to put so much percentage into that, and you have to look at and take that percentage and make it into hours, because really, when it comes down to it, the best way to manage your time, which I don't do, I can't have a computer program telling me that, oh, I'm going to do this. I got to have actual visual things. So I have to write it down on a list and say 20% here, 20% there, 40% here in this, you know, and once you kind of come up with that works, I mean, it saves you a lot of time, you know. So, I mean,
I love that. Lists are important. Yes. We love lists. We have lists for our lists sometimes.
I've got a great question from Quester J. He's asking Kiki, what do you hunt with? Rifle, shotgun, arrows, spear?
Good question.
Very good question. I have a Mossberg 500 Bantam.
All right, there you go. There you go, Quester. Anderson Smoke Show. I think tech is terrible. I mean, tech is terrible. It's expensive, and it's a drug that you get involved with. I mean, it really is, you know. And
so true.
And I will be the first one to say that, because I at one time thought about being a tech YouTuber, but I thought I'll spend over what my house costs to before I even get 100, subscribers. So it doesn't make any sense. So I took the other part of my other favorite hobby, was cooking. So, and I rolled them all together. Mad Horse Barbecue asked, what is one grill that you don't have, but you want to have? What's
Okay,
one
I
grill?
have an easy answer for that. I want the Glen Blue kettle.
See, I wouldn't have chose that.
I want that so bad. When I saw that color come out, apparently it's not, you can't get it in Canada, which I don't know why Weber does that. They make it so you can only get certain colors around the world, in different parts of the world. But when that color came out, I know it's a kettle. We don't need any more kettles, but I
you
don't
wanted
think
the
we
blue
can have
one.
too many kettles.
No, good choice, but I want the ranch.
You want the ranch? Oh
I
yeah.
wanted the ranch like forever. Weber, please.
I know, what is the holdup?
And I feel like we're never gonna use that thing's capacity. Like, imagine a pack of burgers on that thing, one measly corner. Like,
Yeah, right.
It's just such a beautiful grill.
I just want to have it. I just want to.
Well, I have a memory of seeing Justin from Baby Back Maniac with a picture of him with one single hot dog on his kettle ranch, and that is hilarious. And
That is.
it's a big cooker. My friend, Alan, sorry, his last name's Alan. I know Mad Horse would tell me his first name. It's not Tim. I keep on wanting to say Tim Allen, but he's from Kettle Cookers. It's a YouTube Facebook thing, and he has a couple ranches, and it's really a cool cooker and massive amounts of cooking space. So yeah, I'd like to see you guys get one of those. They're not cheap cookers. It's amazing.
No, they're not.
They're very expensive, So here's her thing. Here's Mr. Bookla. What is their favorite video they've made and why? There he goes. Mr. Bookla is asking, what is their favorite video you guys have made and why? Why is it your favorite?
Okay, I don't know if all the other YouTubers out there can relate to this, but every new video that we post, I want to watch it like 5 times, and that's my favorite.
Yeah, I think as we go on, we get better and better. Like with the
Yes.
audio, and we pick up on things that we've forgotten in the video before. So I can see what you mean.
Yeah,
but
like I always just want to watch the latest one and learn from it, and think about what we could do better next time, what we did really well. Like, we're just in that like crazy analyzing stage of YouTube, and we've literally become obsessed with it.
Well, be careful, because SEO will drive you absolutely nuts, So, I mean, I've learned that. I've only been a YouTubering person for about 1.5 years, but I learned that within about 6 months, that if you sit and get too dwelled up into the SEO and the analytics, you're going to drive yourself back crazy. You will,
We've heard that too. We've definitely heard that too.
But it's
I can't
addicting.
really say that right now it's not so much about the subscribers and the comments, and the comments are great because that means that people are watching them and they're liking them, but we're more at the stage where we want to just get better. We just want to make good content.
You are your biggest critique, so just remember that. So,
Yes.
So that's the main thing. Now I have one more question from your fellow Canadian, Jabin from Postal Barbecue.
David, hit it to
David
us.
Bowie, remember?
Yes. Grace was like, what?
It's an insider, Jabin. He knows what I'm talking about.
He says, I noticed that you love your beer and cocktails. What is your go-to drink of choice for those cooking afternoons when the cameras aren't running? What's your go-to beverage?
I love that question.
It's a good one.
I know. Well,
Okay, you go first, honey.
I'll have to say, for me, I am a craft beer girl. I love a delicious brew. I love it right from the can, right from the bottle on a hot summer's day. Absolutely. Yes, Ricer, I love that one. And I just feel like beer and barbecue, they go so well together. So right now, this summer, during the summer months, craft beer all the way.
Perfect. And
Good
you?
choice.
And you, Kiki?
I'm going to have to go with, lately I've been obsessed with kombucha. If anybody knows what kombucha is, that is like my obsession this summer. I've been obsessed actually since COVID. I've taken up fermentation like altogether.
Oh goodness.
In
She
quite
has.
a pretty fierce obsession. And
Well, explain this because I've heard of it, but I don't really know the process. Like my brother's big into fermenting. He's making me some Viking ale and stuff like this, you know. So tell us
Nice.
about this a little bit. Tell me a
so
little bit.
kombucha is just fermented tea. And
Okay.
you can brew it at home, and it's a very, very long process. You can add your own flavors. You can change the types of tea that you use. Since on my farm, we actually tap maple trees, I use maple syrup in mine.
Of course,
And
you're
I
from
love
Canada.
it because, yeah, it makes
It's not a rip on you. I mean, you're from Canada. I mean,
It's
I
true.
mean,
We love our
it's-
maple syrup.
it's
Of
what we all
course.
do it. But it's so cool because it's such a unique hobby to have, and I feel like it has such endless possibilities that to say that I've become obsessed is like a pretty big understatement.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, my wife drinks that stuff, so that's why I know that name. So that's where it comes from. So yeah, she's like, hey, can you get me? And I'm like, I always make the boys, well, whatever your mom said, you know, so they get that stuff. But yeah, okay, well, so you're making your own. That's actually pretty freaking cool. Now,
It's awesome.
now, and this is our last question. Well, here, let me see. Needs, he's just talking. Never mind. Jabin's just talking. But here's my last question.
Okay.
I will tell you that northern Wisconsin is very similar to Canada. We're very similar, even if we're in a different country. What is your favorite thing to eat maple syrup with?
Ooh,
That's such a good one.
Okay, well, I don't want to say like the standards because you can't eat pancakes with
You can't
maple
choose
syrup.
pancakes.
But yeah, that's like a standard.
I just
one.
want to know your favorite, but you go ahead. Yes.
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
other than pancakes, I always make an old fashioned with maple syrup. You gotta
Wow.
add maple syrup. I don't like none of this simple syrup stuff in my old fashioned. Maple syrup, if you've ever done that, it's incredible. Sorry that we're talking alcohol so much right
No.
now.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We're in a tavern, right? We're
that's
barbecue
right.
tavern
That's
talk, so
right.
we're all good.
That's true. You're allowed.
Yeah, right. It's encouraged. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah.
Well,
try
that's
some
actually
old
really
fashioned.
I've never heard of that, and I am an old-fashioned connoisseur. My wife and I go out on Saturday nights for prime rib, typically, if I'm not going to make a video, and we go to a couple different regular steakhouses that are decent in our area, and I drink old fashions the whole time. I've never heard of anybody say that they put maple syrup instead of your regular basic sugar water. So I will try that sometime because that
It's
is
a
really
game
cool.
changer.
Now, I'm
wait.
not an Aunt Jemima like maple syrup person at all. I'm not into any of those fake crap. It's got to be 100% true maple
Yes.
syrup, and so. But that's me. So all right. So now you, Kiki, what is your favorite?
I'm gonna have to go with kombucha again, guys.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna really go
goodness.
for the kombucha. I am because
Riser's gonna get off this and go to his wife and be like, I could go for some kombucha.
Or
right
like-
now."
Yeah, I might have to try some of this. You know,
people
it
are
sounds
gonna
good.
just tune in right now, and I'm like, all right. So typically kombucha is made with cane sugar.
They're gonna be like, I thought we were in the tavern with Riser. Who are these two girls?
It's funny.
But I'm gonna have to go with maple syrup because it is typically made with cane sugar, and when you change it to maple syrup, it has a completely different flavor. And I was talking to some other kombucha nerds recently that are like around the world, and they were saying like they would love to try it, but maple syrup is so expensive in different parts of the
Sure,
world
I bet.
that they don't
Yep.
have that luxury. But since we tap so many trees on my farm,
We use it like water here.
we do. We really do.
Well, you know, it's actually pretty funny because, like, in my area, we have a lot of maple trees, a ton of maple trees. And our maple farmers, let's call them maple farmers because they really are. We got all the blue hoses running through all the beautiful 40s and all that, tapping as much syrup as they can. And it all gets put into big 50-gallon drums and sent to Canada and gets sent right back here. So it's pretty cool. I mean, we have, like if you're a farmer, they also like, evaporate their own and they do all that part of it around from their farm, and they sell their own. But the majority of it all gets shipped to Canada. So, and it's to me, it's like, well, and it'll come back and made in Canada. Well, it's made in Canada,
That's
but
yeah, that's weird.
That is weird. I did not know that.
And here
Oh,
we are
yeah,
taking
I mean,
credit
no-
for all your product down there.
yeah, well, I mean, northern Wisconsin is heavily maple area. So I mean,
The
and
conditions
oak, but
would be prime for that.
Yeah,
Sure.
they sound similar to ours.
Yeah.
right. So, well, I'm gonna tell you two that you guys crushed it tonight, and thank you for answering all of the questions so well. I hope that you have a little time that you guys can jump into the chat, because I'll run by myself for a little bit, and then you can get in there and talk to some of the people that are in there. But girls, good job. I appreciate you hanging out with Dead Broke Barbecue on BBQ Tavern Talk.
This was so much fun.
This feels like we're just hanging in a tavern. You
I feel
nailed
like
it.
let's do another 2 hours.
Well, that's the kind of the thing that like a lot of the guests tell me, like, I could go forever, and I'm like, well, yeah, we'll bring you back again. I'll tell you what, when you girls get up into 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours and you're an official YouTuber, send me a message and we'll bring you on for a quick, so you can talk to everybody in here.
Deal.
So, all right, that's a big
Thank
goal
you
for
so
you.
much, Ricer. You're the best.
You bet. And it's really right around the corner. You guys just keep on producing, keep on putting out that content and promoting yourself. You're pretty easy to promote, so keep it going. All right. And congratulations to all of your success. So hopefully you see in the chat a little bit. I did see that Russ, now he's a 200,000 subscriber. Okay. He's a big YouTuber. Russ said if you ever get down into the southern Mississippi area, look him up and come and do a cook with him. So he's in the chat
we
still
would
too.
love that.
So.
We're
That's
definitely
awesome.
gonna check out the comments. I would love to. I wish that we could have seen the comments happening, but we're gonna go check them out right
Well,
after.
now you can go right back in there and check it out. So, but thank you, girls, for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Ricer.
Thanks,
We'll talk to you
Ricer.
soon.
You
Bye,
bet. Talk to you.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Well, wasn't that fun? I mean, you can tell that both those girls are very, very passionate about their barbecue, and they enjoy what they're doing. I mean, fun, energetic, and they enjoy barbecue. And I'm going to tell you, they're very entertaining. So, and they're professionals, and that's probably one of the greatest things about all of the things that they try to do, is that they take it as professionals. So, all right, well, let's give them a round of applause. Let's give a lot of these wonderful claps. But you know what time it is. Ricer's got to go take a pee break.
Hey! Geht's euch gut? Super! Hey! super. Hey.
We always wash our hands, fellas. Can't walk out of a toilet without washing my hands. Well, wasn't that a lot of fun? I mean, I'm going to tell you right now that Maddie and Kiki, congratulations and thank you for joining the BBQ Tavern Talk. This song can go on for like days. But anyways, we're back, and now it's time to go ahead and we're just going to turn our loop on. All right. Hey, thank you. And I want to say real quick, thank you, CJ, and thank you, Brad Lucas, for the super chats. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, all right. So now you guys learned that, you know, with a little bit of hard work and a little bit of risk, you can get out there and be your own barbecuer and be on TV. You know, a lot of things that it's kind of funny that they did it backwards, but it's really not backwards. I really think that they did it the right way because, you know, YouTube is really simple and safe for a lot of people. You can start out on YouTube and just do what you got to do, but to just up your game and go right out onto the whole, you know, television. Good job. A lot of fun, and learned a lot from those guys. And, you know, if you haven't already, make sure that you're following them. I know Steven's been very good about throwing all the different platforms that they're on: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I saw Facebook come up, so thank you, Steven, for the help on there. And so, anyways, now that we're like just with me a little bit, and probably a little bit more boring, what is everybody doing? And I want to give a big, huge shout out to Meegs for joining in. And we'll go back through. Duke Jester, I might have said hello to you earlier, but thanks for joining me. Ash Kickin' Barbecue, I did mention you earlier, but thank you, buddy. Thank you, Russ Jones from Smoky Ribs Barbecue, for joining me like always, buddy. Dash, thank you for joining me. It's time for bed for you. I get it. But thank you, sir, for popping in here and checking out the show. I really, really appreciate that, man. In the Kitchen with Sherman, thank you, buddy. Thank you for joining me, man. What genre was that music? Well, it was the P-Break Polka is a good old German polka. Polish polka? It's kind of German and Polish put together. So, but yeah, that's where it is. Jesse James, thank you, man, for joining me. Or I think it's a man, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, sir. Johnny Meggs is still in the house. Oh, we got Suburban Barbecue. Thank you, my fellow Rammstein fan, for joining me, buddy. I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I'm going to go through this chat a little bit. Most everybody. Mr. Bookla, well, I read your question. I hope you were still on when I did, because Charlie the Savior went back and dug it up, but I couldn't go back that far. So, Izzy Eats, everybody. Izzy Eats. How you doing, brother? Thanks for joining me, man. Leprechaun. Hey, how you doing, Lep? Thank you, brother. New subscriber, Don't F. Well, I guess he got his stuff deleted, so he must have said a naughty word. Gina Longo. All right. Well, hey, thank you. I think you might be a relation here, so thank you for joining us. And then we also, thanks, Jabin, for coming and hanging out in the questions. And, of course, we got Mad Horse Barbecue. Jake Nuz. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for joining me, Jake. You know, Jake has been very busy, everybody, and I know he's always been a person that's in my chat all the time. But unfortunately, Sunday nights, he had to go to bed early because he's got to get up early. So it's not his fault. But thanks again, Brad and CJ. And I saw Kent from Daddy Dutch Barbecue in here earlier. So, what are we going to talk about now? After that show, Jesus. East Wind, all right. We got a little bit of Chris in there still. How you doing, Chris? I want to see you blow something up on your YouTube channel again, buddy. All right. Well, Gina, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. You know, the girls they're doing great. So you raised 2 good girls. Keep it going. Well, hello, Delana and Wally. How you guys doing? Thank you for joining me like usual. And yeah, actually, everybody, thanks for watching and enjoying the show, you know. I'm going to blow up SDS. All right. Steel drum smokers. Somebody must have said something wrong. But anyways, so now, what is everybody planning on doing this week? We got a lot of things going on this week, don't we? Well, there's no holidays, but we still got a lot of things going on. I'm going to tell you that I need to get my slow and sear kettle put together. That is one big mission. I still haven't put it together. You know, my wife and I were looking at it in the garage yesterday. She goes, well, you've had this for like a month now. And I'm like, yeah, don't remind me, please. You know, it's just like, Jabin is going camping. I saw that. And you know that picture that you had on Facebook, Jabin, with your young boy's birthday? I'm going to call him Bam Bam from now on, man. He's got a little bat there, blonde hair. Looks like a little Bam Bam, man. Mr. Bookla's going fishing. Awesome. Sherwin's going to school. All right, Jason. Congratulations, buddy, on winning that big old championship. You know, you are the champion of the party rub, so good job, Jason. Good. I think you got a hold of me on Skype, so I heard it like ring, so good job. Duke, I actually sold it to one of my really good friends. I still have it. He said anytime you want to do a video on it. I like the pit barrel cooker, like it a lot. You know, I don't know, maybe that might be towards Jabin too, but because Jabin's got one, but I do really like my pit barrel cooker, but I liked it so much I sold it. And the only reason why I sold it was because I'm running out of space, man. That's why I keep on pimping Lowe's and in Home Depot and Fleet Farm all the time when I come on live. It's like, well, build me something, guys. Come on, I got storage. But I will tell you that the pit barrel is a great little cooker. But I have a couple other bigger cookers coming in soon. I've got a Smoke Daddy 1190 that's coming in. I think they're shipping it next week. That's a pellet grill, PID controller. So I think, you know, I think that cooker is pretty good. So I'm excited to get that in, and you know, I just only have so much room. I don't live on the farm anymore. You know, Russ gave his original PVC to his youngest son. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's not like it's gone forever. My friend Jason says, hey, you know, you want it? Just tell me, I'll bring it over, and you can do a video on it. Well, there's a lot of videos I could do on it, but you know, and I like it. It's a rib machine. It's a rib machine. Nah, my rib game won't go down. I really enjoy I really enjoy that cooker for ribs, but you know, there's not much difference between the Bronco and that one, and they're still hanging ribs. You know, I call them hanging ribs. So the only thing that I'll say about the pit barrel is that it truly is a set it and forget it. Just close the lid and let it roll, you know. But in all reality, it's got me in trouble sometimes too, because man down, there's a famous video of mine where the ribs crack off and end up burning a lot of hair off my arm. Oh yeah, I agree, Ash. Darren is Ash Kicking Barbecue. I agree. It is a chicken machine. Man, and the only video that I will regret that I didn't do on the PBC was chicken halves. That was one that I always, I got to do chicken halves, I never did it. And that's one video that I wish I would have done, because it will crush out a half chicken. It'll crush out a whole chicken too. I actually threw about 4 or 5 big chunks of cherry in there, and right in the center, so that just get mainly all wood smoke flavor on it. It's really good. Sweet Lou's Barbecue, New Jersey. How you doing, brother? Nice. Lou got a really cool little Father's Day for the hanging thing, the hanger for the Weber Smoky Mountain. That's a really cool accessory, that's for sure. Yeah, Darren, everybody, Darren's spoiled. Darren got Cheech and Chong. He got these new Gateway drums, so he's got a Cheech and Chong now. Cheech and Chong, just a smoking away. Hey, good night, Quester. Appreciate you jumping in, buddy, and hanging out with me, man. And I'm glad you enjoyed the show tonight. Again, Maddie and Kiki did awesome, so it's perfect. Thank you, sir. Yeah, there you go. Go hang out with Jabin over there. I have seen that, Russ. I have seen that the Gateway hanging system works perfect in the 22 Smoky Mountain. And then, I'm so like, do I buy a Gateway? Because I would love to have one, and there's a real close dealer that him and I are friends, Phil from the Butcher's Block. And I don't think he's ever sold this one, and I like it. It's like this really cool, like, platinum gray colored one, and he's got that Gateway in there, but then I keep on saying, I still want that Weber Smoky Mountain, but one of these days. Well, thank you, Mr. Bookla. I try to edit the best that I can. I'm a noob. I try to always contact everybody, and there is some camera people that I know, and I ask them suggestions too, but thank you for noticing that I put a lot of work into my editing. I mean, the next rib video that comes up, I have 20 hours of editing into that video itself, so it takes a while sometimes. If that ain't true, Brian, I also want a Big Papa smoker too. I want to take an old 50-gallon and put that together. God, see, I'm gonna have to get this out. There's not much battery life, I don't think, left in this thing, but we're gonna start killing bugs. Come here. Die. What's the worst thing that I can't stand the most out of videotaping lately is freaking flies. So I bought one of these things, and Lep told me that I could actually cook a steak on it. I'm like, really? He said, well, yep, see, you hear that pop? Yeah, dead. I don't know how the hell bugs get in the house all the time. Ooh. Sorry, I'm like a kid with like one of those toy lightsabers. Get distracted easily. Come here, die. Yeah. All right, so anyways, well, I know you, well, maybe, Darren, maybe I'll buy it someday, you never know. All right, Jabin, thanks for the fun night. Well, you betcha, buddy. I mean, I'm just trying to Jeff, I am your father. Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, I can't wait till you get back, Yeah, it was a great show. Cheers to you too, my friend. I'm hoping in the next week, middle of the next week, I get that rub from you. I mean, it's got to be getting close, brothers. So can't wait till I get it. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to letter and fly swatting. I am making up in my own championship series, so it's just going to be just for barbecuing, and you're going to have to, I'm calling it the, God dang it. See, that's my problem. I have such a low attention span that I can't remember anything, but I'm calling it Wine Fly Zapping League. It's a Wine Fly Zapping League. And I think they should enter that into the KCBS, and maybe people would actually really enjoy cooking, because who gives a crap about one bite wins and my chicken skin and all that crap. They have to also be athletes, okay? And we're gonna they give them one of these damn fly swatter things, and then they have to kill. And the bigger the pile of bugs that they put in their styrofoam box and hang it in, it's points, And there could be style. We could judge on style, behind the back. I got a in my video today, I got a behind the back kill. It was just, I got to show it like this. It was awesome. It was freaking awesome. All right. See you. See you later, Russ. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out, man. Have a good night. Don't work too hard this week, but have a great week. All right, man. Good night, Maddie and Kiki. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I know. Are you really looking at a gateway, buddy? Right? Drum smokers are good. They're good, brother. Definitely Olympic event. I agree with you, Chris. I mean, Chris, you need one of these damn things in your lives. It'd be freaking awesome. But you could go double fisted with them. I mean, just frick these lights. It's as soon as it gets dark out at night, it doesn't matter. The windows could be all closed, and why the hell we have bugs in the house? Well, the kids leave the doors open half the time. But you just put these big old lights in front of you, and then they just want to sit here. So I'm like, wow, that's it. I'm going to start killing these sons of bitches. So I bought one of these things. It's like $20, man. So cool. Too. It's really cool. Last night I went outside and I woke my wife up. I felt bad about it. She's like, what are you doing? I'm killing bugs. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm playing Star Wars. Leave me alone. I'm Darth Vader. Give me a little chance. It's Order 66 and I gotta kill them all. Good night, Jimmy. Chocolate milk time. Nothing wrong with a little bit of chocolate milk. And if you eat Cocoa Pebbles, it's instant chocolate milk, brother. I have dogs, many flies in the backyard for some reason. Could be turd piles, brother. I don't know. It's not a candle on my desk. This right here, this is, or way back there, I don't know. This is barbecued mud. I got to do a video on this. This is David Bosca's. This is what won him the Pitmasters right here. Best thing on chops. That's what he told me. Can't wait till you get some of it rolling. Oh, Duke, lighting. Well, I'll tell you right now, brother. You can go on YouTube and buy a free, regular like bulbed. I mean, I think for like around 100 and some bucks. And if you actually ask Mad Horse Barbecue, I told him, and he just bought a set. So yeah, you need lighting. Whenever you do videos, you need lighting. I actually light outside because I have a canopy now that sits above me, but you don't really need lighting outdoors if you don't have that. But I got so darn sick and tired of having the shadows and my face cut off, you know. But yeah, whatever. Amazon, 120 bucks for 3 of them. Just get it. Oh wait, cost 150 bucks. But anyways, oh, I know. Light a mosquito coil? No, I like the. I'd rather hear him like fry. Death. Killed by lightsabers. That looks like a tennis racket. Well, I fried this one big ass moth. Yeah, light boxes, brother. I mean, they're just light boxes, and they got like a cover in front of them and all that white thing. You want a diffuser? That's it. But yeah, you know, Chris is talking about, you know, those candles that kill mosquito smell or whatever. I actually lit up this huge moth on this thing today, and it's some type of big bug, and it's just like, it's like 4th of July, and I hang onto it right in front of the camera, and it stunk to high heaven. I'm like, oh, that's what a burnt up dead moth bee thing smells like. It was really cool. And McLean Collins LCGI. Well, you know, no, not in the song. I didn't cook today, so I was able to just swat and get away. But, you know, it was pretty funny. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Bukla. I should do a TikTok thing, but I don't want the Chinese to have my ESPN number. Hey, thanks, Brad. Thank you, buddy. We need to talk, brother. I hope you're feeling better. Hope everything's all okay with you. But yeah, I'm working from home tomorrow. I got a couple appointments later at lunchtime. But, you know, get a hold of me, man. Didn't talk to you this weekend, but let me know how you're doing. I want to know how your Yoder and your Spits and Pits is doing, man. Pits and Spits. Yeah. Want to know how that went. If you got them burnt out, buddy. I've seen the bug assault gun. That's cool too, man. That's really cool. I think I just could like make more funnier videos. I don't really want to get out of here. I really don't want to make cooking videos anymore. I just want to make funny crap. Yeah. See? These damn little mosquito things. People are watching like, what a bozo. I don't care. It's my show and I want to have fun. Yeah, I actually have seen that bug assault gun where it does shoot salt, I think, right? I think Greg from Ballistic Barbecue has one. Just anything to kill those. You're lucky I put away my weapon. Use my Jedi forces. Do what makes you happy, Racer. Yeah, that's right. No, I'm not going to touch my tongue to the swatter, buddy. No way. I peed on an electric fence one time when I was younger. I learned my lesson. And that all is because of parenting, because my dad told me, like, don't pee on an electric fence. And I did it. Oh, what does he mean? Oh, yeah. You get a little shock. Not that bad. Yeah, left and right. Right up here, I've got you can see the light box here. You can't really see on this side. The light box there. There's one behind my shoulder. And there's my blue light. Lighting's tricky. But once you get it set up and you understand the ISO and you understand your actual exposure, it's pretty easy. Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're so much fun, Charlie, but they're very annoying too. Very annoying. Yeah, there you go. Good job, Andrew. Yeah, look up 3-point lighting. I mean, it's pretty simple, buddy. I mean, you got 45, 45, and then one from behind. You can also just put one right in front of you, and then put one on a... I mean, there's many different ways to light yourself. You just gotta get where, I mean, I don't like to have too bright of lights, so mine aren't crazy bright. It's because you can see, like, I'm a little dark because this light, it's huge. This light is 3 feet by 3 feet. The box is, so it's very big, but. That's my Jeff Dink has a sad face. My Dink. Okay. Yeah, it's my Dink has a very sad face. But yeah, so what a great show tonight. Another good one. Now, I already said what we were going to do for, or the winner was Mr. Easy Bake Jason himself. Now, this week, we are going to do hashtag. Just because I like it so. Whoops, shite. Just because I like it so much, 1836. Hashtag 1836. I really like that. It goes great on all the beef products. So, hashtag 1836 next week. That's when Texas became a state. But yeah, we're going to do that. And next week we have Cooking with Rye on. So, that'll be a fun trip too. We got Cooking with Rye. Thank you, Chris, for throwing that out there, brother. But yeah, 1836 next and make sure that you wait until the replay and throw it in there. And I like it. I use it a lot. I mean, I've used it a couple times in my videos, but typically I use it more when we're just cooking. So it's really good. So yeah, you should make. Well, Mr. Book Club, I am looking into that as we speak, to be honest with you. I have looked at a couple merch places. I thought when you hit 10,000 you could add merch to your store or to your thing, but I have to ask CJ on that, or like Dash or something like that. I do have a couple avenues that I can do it, but I want it easy as possible. I don't really care if I make a lot of money on it, to be honest with you. I just want to, if somebody wants a Dead Broke Barbecue shirt, they can buy a Dead Broke Barbecue shirt. I've got some funny names for a lot of them, Actually, I got to remember again what Craig told me the one time. He said I should make a shirt out of it. I said something funny, The problem is that I have a really short memory fuse. I just do stuff. I don't remember it, People tell me all the time, like, hey, do you remember? I can't even remember yesterday. What are you talking about? And I'm not like self-inflicted type of person. I just don't remember things that well, so. Well, Lori, you're back. I think you were here before. Who's Darren? Yeah, I would like, maybe I'll make a face mask. All right, it is 10K for merch. Well, I got 10K, so maybe I would have to add merch to it. So we'll see. We'll see. I need to do it. It's something that's really there. I just haven't like completely followed through with it, you know. I want like Mad Horse's same type of hat. I'm very fussy about hats. I wear it in the next video that's coming up. It'll be up Tuesday, I think. I want that hat of his because it's really cool. Yeah, Teespring is where I'm checking, Mr. Berklow. Thank you, buddy. That I'm checking that. There's another one too, but you know, because it's really not about money for me on that part of it. There's other ones that you can get, and they send them to a different website, and you can make like 2% more or something, but then they charge you 5% because you're whatever. But I haven't gone into that route yet. Yeah, really, Mad Dog. Mad Horse, Mad Dog. Mad Horse, Brian, you're 100% right. I mean, like, because like I don't like tight hats. It's gotta be nice and loose and fit and feel comfortable. If not, I ain't gonna wear it. Jesus, I'm just getting swarmed by these bugs. Nah, Duke, I mean, I'm just around, man. Just around, I mean, growing as I'm growing, man. So there's not anything special that I do or anything like that. I just make videos. No posts or anything. Just make them. And it's really all it is. I mean, Jesus, like Godfather, Alton, I mean, he's at 52,000 or something like that, and back in March he was at 2,500. So just how it works. You just got to make content. You got to press record. I tell everybody that. Just press record. And when you press record, you never know what's going to happen. So. Yeah, well, thanks, buddy. Mr. Bookla. Yeah, I mean, I do have a video that has 250,000 views on it, and, I'm happy with that, I want like 20. I mean, I think every YouTuber in here is going to tell you they want 25 or 30 of those videos, but you're still happy with what you get, Not a snapback guy. Alright, we're getting that one set. Sons of... Yeah! Killing death. Order 66. All you Jedis are... Look at this. These little freaking like things that are... They're like nothing. But I'm just gonna kill them. So all you live streamers, you need one of these. Make your life easier. I just can't believe I didn't think of this like years ago. Come on. Everybody's like, I'm done with this retard. Who sits around and kills shit with a fly swatter? Racer does. Oh, wait, I want to get a big one. Not these little bastards. God. Somebody's got fleas in here. Boys, take a shower. Ooh, look at this one smoking. Cool. Yeah. I'm very easily entertained. The name of the thing? WD947. Just look it up on Facebook or Amazon. Electrified fly swatter. I mean, they're like 20 some bucks. Buy 20 of them. Just give them to kids and say, all right, guys, you're going outside. See you later. Go have fun. I mean, they're just little things that fly by your face. It's like, you wouldn't believe how many, like, in your own home, how many of these damn things you got until you turn on these big old spotlights. Yeah, I am kind of looking like, wait till you see my video, Mr. Bookla. I mean, I got a good backhand and everything, you know? I'm just killing bugs like no problem. Wow, Anderson's got a big noggin too. Yeah, I know. Bug guts do splatter. Yeah, but I think there's something about these are so small that they're just like really easy to, they just disappear real quick. So they're not too bad. Yeah, I wear the same thing as Brian. So if any of you guys are gonna send me a hat, you got to give me a massive cranium. Big noggin. I figured out YouTubers either have big heads, they're IT people, or what was the other one? They're big heads, IT persons, or like computer software programmers. Because us regular guys, well... Okay, Duke, let me see what you got here. Do you do post editing on these live? No, just let them run. It'll go live automatically. I did that for a while, and it just got to be too much of a pain in the rear. So I quit it. I just throw it out there. You know, let it roll. Let it roll. People watch it, they watch it. You know, and it's like kind of the hard part is a lot of times when you're doing YouTube is that live streams. I mean, I'll be really, really honest with you. YouTube wants you to do live streaming, but they don't reward you for live streaming at all. If anything, they give you strikes against it because, oh, you don't have enough like clicks on it and whatever that 4.8 is number. Anderson Smoke Show could tell you, but I mean, we saw it, but nobody wanted to watch it. You know, so then they give you strikes and they don't promote your other shit. So it's really stupid as far as I'm concerned because they want you to go to live. Oh, we want you to go live. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. A person with 10,000 subscribers isn't going to get 100,000 viewers at the same time. Now, I watch a couple people with 300,000 subscribers, and they'll have 2,000 viewers at the same time. That's a pretty damn big show. But, whatever. Morons like at 10,000 don't get nothing. So live streaming is just because I want to do it. Really. I want to do it, and I want to connect with everybody out here. And sometimes I might have my big A game, and I'm bringing all the whole, the power, and I've got everything going on. Other times I'm just like all the rest of you. And sometimes I just want to go to bed, drink a few beers, and go to bed. But yeah, it's still fun. Well, thank you, Mr. Bookla. Yeah, 30 of them, man. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You mean it like I don't really look at that number that much until like when I was doing the thumbnail on Thursday. I was doing the thumbnail, and I'm like, holy crap, or Friday, whatever it was. I'm like, I have 30 shows, you know? So, but yeah, it's fun. Oh, I agree, Charlie. I agree. I mean, I can't believe some of these guys that can go live. I mean, they can't answer anything in the chat, and they put it on slowdown because they can't even keep up with it, because like there's so much going on in that chat. It ain't gonna happen. So it's still cool. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those people with 30,000 people watching in the live stream super chats. Stupid. It's crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, my first one went for 4 hours. my first live stream, it was all test. Then second one was with Charlie, and the third one was with Johnny from View to a Grill, I think, how it worked. Oh yeah, they make big time dollars, you know, so, but, you know, I mean, it's still just fun, you know. Going live is just a way to connect with everybody. Really, that's why I do it. Yep, I was on Friday night. Yep, I started out on Friday nights, and I moved to Sundays just because Friday nights just sucked, because my boys are still like young, and eventually they're going to be playing sports on Friday nights. So I thought, just move it to Sunday, you know, so it just made more sense. And now I'm probably the, one of the few that does the live stream at night on Sundays now, so. Oh yeah, there's big dollars in it, but, you know, a super chat, you're lucky to get 60%, I think. I think that's what it is. Not very much, but it's still good enough. You know, it's something to help out, you know, and that's I appreciate every super chat that I get, because, it helps, you know. I mean, because, like, really, if you look at with the dollar amounts that I've spent to start a show, it's a lot of money. But nobody told me I had to do it, so I did it myself. Yeah, the first one, Mr. Bukla, it went really late. But we were just screwing around and messing with sound, and as we went on, then I finally established a regular show and stuff like that. So I'm excited to hit that, 56. When I hit the 56 number, that's going to be cool. 56 shows. Now, again, I try to go live every Sunday, even if I don't have a guest, and partially it's because I won't schedule a guest. I want a little time off. Some weeks I just want to be able to sit around by myself and not have to worry about doing audio tests, because there's a lot of work behind the scenes. So if I just go live with myself, it's pretty easy. It was pretty easy. No, I've thought about doing Discord, but Discord's another whole deal, It's just another thing to stream to, and then you got to pay other outside revenue, you got to take money and push it so you can restream and stuff. I think my first step will go to be honest with you, it'll go to, how do you call it? Facebook. So. Well, everybody, I'm at my last beer. It's time to say goodnight. We're going to use this as our closing song. This is my, feel-good song, and everybody wants to sing and dance. But thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. And Maddie and Kiki, thank you. You guys all have a fantastic week. And remember, if you're cooking something, let me know. Just let me know. You can send me a message. I'm cool with that. And I just want everybody to have a safe and wonderful week. And we'll see you next week now because we got cooking with Ryan. So, all right, people. We're going to go into our outro.
It's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thank you so much for joining Ricer on BBQ Tavern Talk. Before you go, make sure you hit that thumbs up or hit the thumbs down. Leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification ringy bell. All of those YouTube things. Action figures sold separately. Batteries not included. If symptoms persist, seek medical attention. Only one per household. Call toll-free number before digging. Caution, filling is hot. Do not fold, spindle, or mutilate. Do not remove tag under penalty of law. Refrigerate after opening. In the unlikely event of a water landing, your seat cushion may be used as a flotation device.